people pleaser or truth teller. We're going to consider why charming isn't enough when you're selecting an agent.
Moving forward with the Dekker team. Moving forward together with the Dekker team.
We're honored once again to welcome you to another episode of Life's Inside Track. And I'm Yetta Dekker.
And I'm Ken Dekker.
And it's where we get the honor of sharing thoughts, tips, tools, tactics, and truths that we all need. We all deserve. You, I, everyone. So we can turn our house into home, our families thrive, and we build wealth wisely through real estate. Can you believe it? That 16% of people, according to stats in 2003 from NAR, National Association of Realtors in the States, Canada and States, pretty similar. What do 16% of people do or avoid to do?
Well, only 16% choose by the negotiating power or skills and the experience of their agent.
And so 84% rely more on charm.
Yeah, you know, when you were saying that opening about, you know, being charming isn't enough. And I thought, that's the same in relationships. Charming might open the door, but it's not enough for a long-term relationship.
And so the risk is what we want to talk about today. When you're buying a home or selling a home or investing for that matter, having somebody that may on the onset seem maybe a little contrarian, or maybe not just saying what you want to hear, may actually be what you need when you're selecting the guide.
Yeah, and you know, way too frequently we'll get a phone call, or agents in our office will get a phone call and say, I want out of my contract with this agent that I signed up with. And you know, under a code of ethics, we can't interfere with an existing contract. And that happened just, you know, a week or so ago.
Yeah.
A lady called Ryan and said, you know, I've had my property listed, and it wasn't very long.
No.
But the story was she had 2 condos, needed the money out quickly of one of them so that she could move on to another business opportunity. And she wasn't happy with the way things were going. And I thought, well, I wonder where the miscommunication was, right? Like, did she actually communicate to her agent her why, her motivation? Because motive matters, right?
Motive is essential and where it all starts, right?
Yeah, and I think sometimes we pick the wrong criteria for hiring an agent.
In this case, and I'm not saying that you don't want to work with somebody that you already know, but if you know them, you want to make sure that they're actually competent. They've actually got the ability to tell you the truth about the market. That's what we talked about, truth teller. Will they tell you, or is the relationship going to get in the way? And in this case, it was a family member, right? So she had chose somebody out of obligation, not or perceived obligation, versus believing that they actually could have her back.
Right.
So if you're not willing to tell the person the truth, that's a sign. Like if everything is yes, 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 yes. Oh, yes, your home is fantastic. No, there's nothing for you to do. There's nothing to think about. There's nothing for you to consider. That's
the price you're asking is perfect.
Everything you've decided in advance of today's conversation is bang on. Now, on occasion, I meet somebody who has all their ducks already in a line. They've done enough research. They've done enough interviewing. They've had enough experiences. They have actually it all figured out. And I can say, yes, this is fantastic. That's probably 1 in 30.
Yeah. So what you're saying is be careful of the surface level traits that maybe the buyer or the seller is witnessing. You know, do they like the agent? Yeah, it's important that you like the person.
Oh, if you don't like them or don't trust them, that's a recipe for disaster.
But that's not the only criteria. You know, are they? Sometimes it's oh, are they easygoing? Are they a little bit relaxed or not too much relaxed, right? But are they agreeable? Do they agree with everything
that I'm saying?
Right. And sometimes, like you said, that's rare though. That's maybe 2%.
I said 1 in 30. So what's that? That's 3%. So we're basically saying the same thing.
Yeah. That have it all figured out. They've done it before, or they've read the books, they've watched the shows, they got the house ready.
And they've done enough experience.
And they know the market quite well. They've been watching it, or they called us and asked for us to send a neighborhood watch for them so that they could keep
like a market update.
Yeah. So they could see what things are selling. Mm-hmm. It's not the neighborhood watch like the, crime preventers. It's neighborhood watch where you want to see what your neighbors' homes are selling for, because typically there's going to be a few houses in your neighborhood that sell every few months. And it's nice to know what they sell for and see the pictures and say, how's that compared to mine? And so sometimes people are right on with the pricing, but other times they're going, well, that house got listed for that price, or that house got listed for that price. So mine should be worth more, or mine should be, I don't know about you, but when I go to the car dealership, every time I think my car is worth more than what they offer me on a trade-in or cash sale, or even when I go to put it on, if I sell it on Auto Trader or something privately, generally my belief of the value is higher than it really is, because I'm not the professional in that field.
Right. So asking the harder questions and having, I'm going to say, the harder conversations. The harder, often uncomfortable conversation with a realtor is actually what you're looking for, which seems contrary to what we want, because it doesn't feel pleasurable. It feels painful. Mm-hmm. And most of us want pleasure and comfort and confirmation and all those amazing things. And yet, what if it gets in the way of you doing as well, either on the home sale or on the home purchase? Can the agent speed you up when it's time, when you're putting in an offer, or slow you down so you don't make a rash decision? Can you actually let them, or will they, because it's not about you so much right now, it's about, will the agent have the conversation that you need, even if you don't want it?
Yeah, and really our whole theme this month is guide, right? Picking the right guide. And if you'd like to have a clarity call with us, it's 15 minutes. Jump on our website, dekkerteam.com, and click on book in your call with us.
And it's free, right?
It's free. And the clarity call is about you getting clarity, and also, about whether you should be doing something or what's the next step. And also, it's the first step of going, is Ken and Yetta, are they the person I'd really want?
Is the Dekker team who fits with us?
Yeah, it's the first minor little date. It's coffee, like a coffee date.
It is like a coffee date, but it's a call date. It's just a phone call date, right?
Just a phone call. And, maybe it's about timing. Maybe it's about, what has the market done? You bought your house 5 years ago. You're afraid you paid too much, or you're afraid you paid in the height. Where is the value now? Like, it can be a quick phone call, and we'll do some research for you and get the information so you can make wise decisions.
Because that's ultimately what it's about. So when you're making your decisions about who to choose, although it sounds kind of unpleasant, don't just go for charming. Although I want to be charming, don't just go for charming. Think about, can they actually protect my cash? Can they actually help me have a thought that I didn't already have? Can they expand my thinking? Which means, will they? Because most people have the capacity. Will they risk the relationship really to deepen and have a more meaningful relationship that serves you, the client, rather than sabotaging you quietly?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh, sabotaging you quietly. We don't want that no more.
Absolutely. And yet, I think what we're going to move into in our next segment is the damage from being wrong, the wrong fit. It doesn't necessarily show up immediately, but it can creep in.
Ugh, and we don't want that, because ultimately we want people to build wealth wisely through real estate, and that'll be sabotaged if you let it creep in. Ouch.
It will.
Moving forward with the Dekker